Hello everyone, it is Viewers and welcome back to another episode of Clash Royale, back once again with more information regarding changes happening to the game very shortly. We talked before already about the Clash Royale update, and those videos will be linked in the video description down below. I want to know from you guys how excited you guys are for the Clash Royale update. If you guys are just as excited as I am, be sure to smack that like button. Let's see if we once again can reach over 500 likes on this video. And with that being said, let's just jump straight into all of these changes happening to Clash Royale coming the 3rd of May. That might be before the update, after the update, or during the update. Of that I am not sure, it doesn't specify that, so the 3rd of May is what we can see as. So we're not sure when the update is going to be there, but maybe it's going to be during the update, who knows. Anyway, the Mortar is going to be changing, the Royal Giant and some of the other defensive buildings are going to be changing from the way they are. So the Mortar, deployment time. If you deploy the card, it takes some time before it's usable. Right now it's 3 seconds before it's usable. Starting the next change is going to be 5 seconds. That means it's more disadvantageous for Mortar users. Great change. Also, the damage will be decreased by 10% from the way it is right now. I like that one very much. I honestly felt for 4 elixir the card is a little bit overpowered the way it is right now, so I actually kind of like that. So yeah. Anyway, Bomb Tower. Bomb Tower lifetime will decrease. It is 1 minute right now that it's alive. If it's untouched and it's just there, it will stay there for a minute. That's going to be decreasing to 40 seconds. I like that one a lot because Bomb Tower, one of my worst enemies in the game right now. Elixir Collector is going to be changing as well. The hit points are going to be decreased by 20%, so it's less useful as a wall, but still a pretty interesting card. It's also not a surprise that this card is being used in almost every single deck in the game, so it's definitely understandably so that this change has been made. The cannon. The cannon is going to be getting a decrease in hit points, which is 11%. At first I was like, oh, why do they do that? But then I understood, because I actually do have trouble versus the cannon sometimes, and it's only a 3 elixir card, so understandably so. It should still destroy a Hawk Rider. That's something that I feel. If the cannon cannot get rid of the Hawk Rider, I feel that they should give the cannon a little bit more hit points from the way it is right now. So we're gonna be finding that one out as the update comes. Royal Giant, the range will be increased by 1. That is 1 little square, and that's really great. It says that the Royal Giant's low rate of use shows that he still hasn't found his purpose yet. A longer range will allow him to outrange most defensive buildings and making him the demolitionist he was born to be. That is really great. I have been getting to like the Royal Giant a lot after the last card changes, and this actually really makes it very interesting for me to start using Royal Giants more often in decks. I'm curious to find out how this is going to be working out. Then, the mirror. The common cards and the rare cards are going to be mirrored 1 level higher. They're making this change because of the tournament rules. They're saying that the tournament rules allow the mirrors to be level 4, mirroring all cards, rarities to their respective level. The tournament levels 1, 4, 7, 9, and the max mirror level is going to be 8. So that's why it makes sense. It's mostly a balance for the tournament rules, but it's going to be pretty helpful if you're higher level inside of the game. If you're like, for instance, level 12 or level 13, the mirror is going to be more powerful than it was, a lot. Valkyrie will now be affected by pushback, for instance when it's going to be getting hit by a fireball. Right now that's not the case. If you throw a fireball, the Valkyrie is just like, oh yeah, let's keep on going. But right now she actually gets pushed back, and it's going to be the same thing with the mini P.E.K.K.A. So that's going to be the same thing. And then they're fixing a couple of things here and there. Range values for some units. I'm gonna read this one out and make it appear on the screen right now. They say, we fixed a bug where handling of attack ranges wasn't consistent with different sized units. Due to range values will appear to be smaller than before for some units in the next update, but the ranges are effectively still the same as before. Another thing is, one example of this is when 2 units with the same range encountered each other, they always didn't attack at the same time. This has been fixed. That makes a lot of sense. That's very nice. Also, the King Tower as seen on the picture in the screen right now, appears to have been decreased, and that was a worry in the community after the last post, but it hasn't. And just likewise, like the Royal Giant, we're actually increasing its range by 1, but this info screen will still show a 6 in the next update, even though it has been increased. That is a little bit confusing, but it's cool that the King Tower will have more range, making it more useful, making it bigger of a punishment if you accidentally activate the King's Tower. I'm all for that, because the King's Tower needs to be this last line of defense, and if it already starts to shoot a little bit earlier, because the range is bigger, that is great. I honestly really like these changes, especially the Royal Giant. That's going to be very, very interesting. I expect to see a lot of Royal Giants being used now that the range is increased, that it outranges most of the defensive buildings. That is going to be really interesting. Bomb Tower is cool. Mortar I think is really cool. Elixir Collector, I like using my Elixir Collector as well, so that is the only change I'm personally not really happy with, but who am I to complain? That's gonna be doing it for these changes for the Clash Royale balancing changes for the 3rd of May. Hope that you guys enjoy. Once again, these changes are not live yet, they will be on the 3rd of May. As always, make sure if you guys like this video too, boom, give it a thumbs up. And that being said, this has been Reverse for Clash Royale. I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.